In today's video, I would like to take you along planning for December in my vintage altered book. Also, I have some new December freebies for your own planner, as well as some additional downloads for you. So this is a little series in collaboration with Joey Defee and Tina, who is Shabby Dabby Duda on YouTube. Tina is very experienced in altered book junk journals and has a series where she makes one painting and decorating and adding ephemera to her pages. Joey, on the other hand, is playing and experimenting with different techniques and styles in her altered book and also using it as a planner, showing you how she creates her monthly spreads. But there are two more ladies who have joined us using altered books as planners. One is Sharon from Mad Paper Crush, who has started a series a while ago using her altered book very much in line with how I'm using mine in a bullet journal and planning style, incorporating both the productivity and mindfulness. And the other creator is Maureen, who also has 2 videos so far putting together her planner pages in her altered book. I will link all of those videos below so you can go check them out for more inspiration on altered books in different styles. When I started this planner back mid-July, I never counted the pages or planned out how many months or weeks I will be able to put into this one journal. So now the consequence is that I'm at the end of the year and I've been tearing out, I think, 7 pages always in between, which turned out to be perfect in the sense that the book is still flat, which I love, especially for a planner, because I want it to be easy to work with. And by the way, I'm going to, of course, link my playlist below with all the other Plan With Me videos, and also which also has the one where I actually started working in this book and how I started preparing everything. But now for November, I already was in the situation that I decided to only tear out 5 pages in between. By the way, there is a video where I made this bookmark in case you want to see that. I will link that below as well. And now I'm in the situation where I'm trying to do December. I only have very few pages left. So I'm not going to be tearing out any more pages. I'm just going to leave them as they are because I think I barely will manage to get everything in here that I want to get in here. I just need to check that again and make sure that that is actually true. So let me show you first the pages that I created in between. So this is the last one that I did online in my November planning. This is one I did offline, and for me this is too busy. I'm not happy with how this turned out. So because I just felt this was so busy, I then created this one, which I totally love because it is so nice and calm. And also this one. I love these. So these are still using my November kit that I created, and really happy with this. So the last page for November is also, of course, the beginning for December. I have not decorated that yet. So this is the first week of December, and then we have, let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2. So we have four pages that we need, so 4 double spreads that we need for December for the weeklies. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But of course, I also need a page for my tracker and my monthly overview. So that's 1 here, 1 here. Then I also usually like doing a wrap-up summary page for the month, and I also like doing an intro page for a month. And this is then really the last page. So it should work out. The only thing that won't actually work out is I won't be able to have a summary page for December, but maybe I will think of a way to add something here. Maybe not just only a summary for December, but also a summary for the last year or half year. I don't know yet. I'm not that far in my thinking process, to be honest. So let me go ahead and start showing you the kits for December. So this is the 10,000 step tracker that I have for you for December. Then we have the December monthly overview. And these here have backgrounds which are the same as in the kits that I have. So these are just three pages of the 6-page kit. This is the same kit I used for a recent envelope junk journal that I made. I will link that video for you below as well. You're gonna have a lot to watch. And I'm going to be using these pages. I'm gonna cut them down to use as backgrounds for my pages. So then this is the first freebie for you. Then we have the weeklies. So we have 4 weeks for December as the weeklies. They also have as backgrounds the same kit. And finally, this is new. I didn't have this. Well, I did have it, but not in this style. So for November, I already had some note cards. These are the ones for December. This time I made them square because I think square works for a lot of planners. And what is new is I added these little cutouts with the gratitude and to do, get it done, important, blah, blah, blah. Because that way I don't have to stamp them. There is a charm to having them stamped, obviously, but if you don't want to stamp them, if you're lazy like me, then you can just cut these out. And I didn't want to add these to the cards themselves, to the note cards, because this way you can then choose where you want to place them, which one on which card, and also where on the card you want to place them. Because if I think about how I work in my journal, sometimes I want to put it at the top, sometimes on the side. So I wanted to still have that flexibility. And I think I might also use some of these, which were from my November kit, actually. It's my winter clip art. I might use some of these images because, of course, I didn't have a chance to use all the images for November. So I'm probably going to combine this with the clip art of my other winter watercolor kit, which is this one, which I've also used in that envelope junk journal. I will obviously link all of these kits for you in the description box as well. So I'd say let's finally start decorating our journal. I'm going to start by using these as background papers. Maybe I will start with this. I know I can always use one sheet for 2 pages in my journal, so I just need to measure the size that I need. So, and this one I still need to decorate. So this was the last day of November and the rest of December. So as I said, usually I would be tearing out pages, but I am not, definitely not. So all I need to do is to just put this here and mark where to cut or tear it. Always leaving a bit of a edge here. I want to still see a little bit of my page. And then I can use that as a template for the other side. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm just going to use my ruler for this because it's easier. And I also like the torn edges. Then I'm going to ink them up and then I can glue them onto my pages. I just wanted to try out a different kind of glue. It's this one from Tesa. I got this locally. It's called Glue Pen Duo, and it has a thin tip and a wide, strange looking tip. And I just tried the wide tip on my paper, and you see here what happened. It completely went through the paper, so that can't be good. So I guess I'm not gonna be using this. I will go back to using, I think, just my tacky glue. And I'm not too worried about this showing through because most of it is going to be covered up anyway. So there's that. Always interesting to experiment with glues. Probably better to experiment on something that you don't want to use in your project first. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you. So on this page, I'm going to add my summary for December, similar to what I've done here for October. So this was my summary, and I just kind of go back and think about what happened in the month, what was good, what was bad, what could I improve, what could I keep doing. So I really like that aspect of having a summary. It just makes you think about everything that happened and how to move forward. This is definitely one of the mindfulness parts of the book, and I really think this is helpful. And then of course on this side we need to do the intro page for December. For November it was like this. So basically it's just a collage with a quote. So I need a note paper or something for me to write my summary on. Of course I could also just write it directly on here, because I think this would be enough. Actually, that gives me an idea. I could, of course, add a note card. I have these here, which would work really well. This is from the Your Creative Studio box. I think it was one of the summer boxes. So this would actually work really, really well with this kit here. But I just had the idea, what also might be cool is just to add some gesso and then to write on that, because the decoration is there. I really enjoy these papers, so why cover them up just to add more decoration? So I'm going to try that, because this book is also for experimenting. So I'm going to go grab my gesso, and I'm just going to put a box under my cover here so that I have a flat surface. So you can also use acrylic paint instead of gesso. I could either paint pretty much a square or a rectangle here, but I think I don't want to have such rigid lines. I think I would rather just go over it and have more of an organic shape. I think that's enough. The page is getting a bit wavy underneath. Okay, I'm going to go dry this. And then of course I also just want to add like a title, like summary, November, and maybe I'll add a few small embellishments. So this is dry now, and it did stay a bit wavy. Not a big deal, but yeah, good to know. So now I need to stamp the words November summary. So November I have from my planner stamps that I bought in the US. So I'm gonna take the November and I'm going to stamp it on a separate scrap. I will use one of these that I just tore off. I'll use this one. Going to use, as always, my espresso truffle ink. And then I need the word summary, and I'm going to stamp that using my clickable alphabet stamps, which is always a challenge because I don't have two M's. So lining these up perfectly is not my strong point. So I need to do some and then Murray. Let's see how many times it takes me this time to get this right. Some. Is that okay? I'm just gonna keep it. It's not anywhere near perfect, but it is what it is. I will just tear these with my ruler. I've inked around them as well. So these need to be somewhere up here because these are like the title. And then I want something maybe down here. I already have these torn and inked up so that it would be easy and quick to work with. So I have some from the November kit and I have some from the December kit. So for the November summary, I think I still want to use something from the November kit. Nothing too big. Actually, the owl I could put up here. And then I just need something for the bottom. There's this other cute owl. It's kind of big. How about these flowers maybe? I think they're the smallest thing that I have. Yep, I'm good with that. And maybe we'll add a piece of washi underneath that. I think this one from Tim Holtz would work really well with this color scheme. Okay, let's glue all these parts down. I really love these soft colors for winter, or actually any time of year, but especially for winter. I said this in another video, I'm really not the red and green type of girl. So these are just much more my taste. They're still wintry, but they are a soft wintry. Because green and white, I always say green and white. Green and red, they're just such harsh colors. And I always like soft colors, muted down colors a lot better. This has actually calmed down a little bit. I'm very happy with this summary page. So once November is over, I can then write things in here. So now this is my intro page for December. So for this we need a quote and some more decoration. Again, I don't want to cover this up because I really love the flowers, so I just want to enhance it somehow. But first I want to decide on a quote. I'm going through my winter quotes, which I will also link for you below. So I have the same ones in beige and in blue. In this case, I think I want to stick to the neutral color, so I want the beige ones. And there's quite a few here that would work, but what jumps out at me, because it's relevant to my current life, is in winter she curls up around a good book and dreams away the cold. Since I have been reading since, I don't know, a month or two more frequently, and I'm loving it so much, I think this is the perfect quote for me. So I'm going to cut this out. I don't know, do you have these phases where you enjoy reading and then you can't read? I blame it on social media, that I haven't been able to read for the longest time again. Because I feel that the more time we spend on social media, the more I feel my brain turning into a scatterbrain, and I need things to move fast because we're used to watching fast-paced things on social media. I'm gonna ink this up. So then slowing down and reading a book, concentrating on a book, I found so difficult for the longest time, and it really bugged me because I really enjoy reading. But I feel my mind wandering when I read all the time, because you're thinking like, oh, I should post this. Well, in my case, I'm thinking I should post this, or I should check out this post. I should post a story. I should work on a video. So it's so hard to keep your mind quiet, at least for me, to have the patience to actually enjoy reading a book. But I find that this always happens to me. Once I manage to start a book and to enjoy my first book, then it's easy to keep going. It also helps to watch book reviews on YouTube, I think. I really enjoy watching book reviews. And I have a whole long list of big books I want to read. Anyway, totally going astray here. So I have my quote, and I also remember seeing a sticker that works really well for this. This came in one of the Your Creative Studio vintage subscription boxes. I will link them down below as well. I hope I can link everything I'm telling you because the space is limited that they give us for linking things. And these are just beautiful, beautiful vintage stickers. And there's this one with this vintage book here, which I love. So I think this is perfect for this page, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. So I need to think, what else can I add? These are from my December kit. I'm not sure any of these would work. For this theme, we have some letters here. Those are cute. Would they work? Oh, of course, we have to add December somewhere so that we know this is our December page. So let me do that. I'm just going to stamp December. Again, I'm going to use one of those scraps. Maybe we should put Hello December. There actually are 2 L's in this set, so I'm super happy. And it's kind of nice that there's 2 different fonts here. So again, I will tear around them and ink them up. So we have these, and now let's see how we can arrange everything. The Hello December should go on top. I'm gonna have the book as well, but I don't want them all to be like separate elements. I want them somehow combined more like into clusters, because I just think that looks better. So I want to somehow attach these to this image. Maybe adding something else underneath, something here. And then we have the quote, and then we'll have the book. Let me cut out the book so that I can play around with it. Okay, need something underneath there, like just a scrap or something. Maybe even a scrap of fabric. Let me look through my fabric pieces. It needs to be something neutral. So maybe something like this, or could even be something like this. Yep, I think one of those 2 might be good. I really love this one. Yes, I like that. Is that enough? Or does it need more? Maybe something here. Or maybe something to make this quote stand out a little bit more. So maybe something underneath there. I found a piece of fabric scrap, which I think is going to look nice, because this is kind of giving me a cozy feeling, which is perfect for reading books. Yes, I really like this, and it really makes the quote stand out a lot more. Okay, let me glue that on. Really loving this. Just need to figure out how I'm going to add the book. Maybe like this. Okay, I'm ready to glue all these things down, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I just used tacky glue for all these pieces, but for this thicker fabric, I used my 3-in-1 glue. So these are both done. Loving the neutral colors. Now we can move on to the monthly overview and the 10,000 step tracker. First, I again need to just cover these 2 with my paper. So I'm going to choose one of these. Maybe I'll choose this one and do the same thing that I've done here by just measuring, inking it up, and putting them down. These two are now super easy to finish up. I've already torn and inked up the tracker and the December overview. So all I need to do is to glue them down, and then these pages are ready to go. I love how simple this is. So this is where I usually write down the videos that I post. I can give you an example of November. And I do this in pencil so that I could shift them around if I need to. And this is of course my 10K tracker. So we are here now in the month. And I think for November it's not so bad. I thought it would be worse for November, but I definitely need to keep it up for the rest of November. I hate this color, by the way. It is far too dark for me. It is this one from Tombow, N55. So that teaches me that I need to stick to the lighter colors with these, because for example, if I look at the October one, I like this a lot better. So these two pages are done, super quick. And now we finally get into the weeklies, which is like the heart of the planner. I think this is where my brain is, my to-do lists, my gratitude, my calendar. So this is really the most important part for me. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use this paper and cut them out, ink them up, and glue them on as base. So this side is where my weekly is going to go. So I already cut and inked this one up. So this starts with December 7 and goes to the 13th. That is the first full December week. So I'll just glue that on. And this is the side now where we have our notes and our gratitude and our to-do lists. So I have already cut these out, inked them up. So I have 6 different ones to choose from. I need 2 for this page, 1 for the to-do and 1 for the gratitude. Which do I choose? I'll choose this one, maybe to warm up the page a little bit because of these gold specks. And the other one, what should that be? Should it be a contrasting one or should it be a complementary one? I actually think I like the complementary, but not 2 animals. I think I'll go for this one. So this one just has some gold watercolor streaks and some leaves and plants underneath. So I want these like this. And learning from my past experience, so I don't like it when it's too busy. So as I said, this one was way too busy for me. And I really love the simplicity of these here, this one and this one. So this is kind of what I want to do now. Again, the background is already fairly busy, so I'm not going to be adding a whole lot to that. So I have all my to-do printables and the gratitude also already cut out and inked up. So the gratitude is simple. I think I'll just add that on top like this. And then the to-do, there's various options here. There's the focus, there's the this week, get it done, to-do, important. So these are what I can choose from. Maybe I'll do this week, and I can just place that up there. And that might work by itself because actually it has enough on there, but let's see what it would look like if we would add some more decorations. Don't want anything red. Don't really want another animal. The presents, I think I will leave for later on in December, the 3rd week maybe. Then we have these bells. I mean, there are more images on the clip art sheet, but I don't have them ready, so I'm inclined not to not to have to tear any other ones out. These bells might be cute. What do you think? Bells or no bells? Or maybe something from here. Maybe there's something else that might work. Nope, don't like the candle there. There was one other one. There's this gramophone, which is cute. Not sure what the relevance is to my page, but I could try it anyway. No. I'm not gonna add any more images. Maybe I'll add some washi underneath instead, because I really do like the calmness of it. I guess I'm longing for just some peace and quiet. And I need my pages to somehow reflect that. Let's see if we can add some more of this washi at least, just to do something. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else. I love it the way it is, nice and simple. So I'm just going to stick everything down. One thing I would like to mention is if you are purchasing these note cards, please be aware that these are not perfect squares, meaning you cannot just put them in your paper trimmer and cut them straight, because these here are from master boards that I had created with book pages, so they were never perfect from the beginning. So I scanned those and then I added some more digital images on top, like also the watercolor and some of the leaves, for example, or these animals and the splatters and stuff. But underneath is my original masterboard with the German font of book pages, etc. So just please be aware of that. You will have to cut these out by hand because some of them are just a little bit wonky. But I think I really like that because it gives more the impression of handmade and not everything is perfect. I will continue on my own completing the rest of these weeklies. And then I need to figure out how I'm going to do the summary for December. But basically, I'm going to be doing the same thing, so I don't want to bore you with that. So we've made 3 pages today. Oh, we forgot this one. Okay, this one we can still decorate. Let's do that now. I again need a to-do and a gratitude spot here, so I'm gonna go here, and I think this time I will use maybe just these 2. They're going to warm up the page a lot. I'll put this one on top. I like having the darker on the bottom, so something like this. Put one at an angle and one straight, just to mix it up. And I can use my words from the December kit. So one will be the gratitude, one will be, let's do get it done this time. Put that up here. And then this does need a little bit of decoration. I have the feeling it's just too plain. So these are still from the November kit or the winter watercolor kit. I really want to use this owl. It's so cute. Maybe here. Maybe this bird. I think it's a seagull. Up here. Yep, that's all. I want it to be calm again. And I'm thinking whether I should even ink these up. No, I won't even do that this time. So that was super quick. Love how calm it is again. So now we've done 7 pages. We've done the last one for November, including the first part of December. Then we have our November summary page. We have our December intro page with a nice quote. We have our 10K step tracker. We have our overview for December. And then we have our first full week of December with a to-do list and a gratitude card. When you look at this, you think maybe that I'm not being as creative as I was maybe here at the beginning, where I did a lot more by hand. The thing is, for me, my planner is a tool. It is not my journal where I enjoy just playing around. I mean, I do enjoy making these, but my priority for a planner like this is it just needs to be functional. And of course, I enjoy working in it more if it's in the style that I like. So this is why I make my own pages, because I could never buy anything that is in a style like this. But I don't want to spend so much time on creating the pages, because I realized at the beginning I was spending so much time on this, and looking back on it, I think they're very fun pages. But also I remember I didn't enjoy putting these weeklies together, and the stamping takes time and everything. So for me, just having the parts and then deciding where to place them is perfect. It's ready to go, and I can just start writing what I need to write in here, which is the reason why I have this planner. But of course, if you enjoy the decorating part, then by all means add as much as you want of the stuff that you probably already have. Use stickers, use other ephemera pieces that you have. But for me, this just makes the most sense. For next year, I'm going to continue with a system like this, meaning I need to pick out a new book. I think I want to choose a book that has thinner pages. I don't know how well I will do with planning the pages out, so I don't run into the same problem again. That seems like too much effort. But we'll see. There's still some time for me to decide that. So check out those other channels that I'm linking below, and have fun preparing your own December pages if this is what you're doing, or maybe you're starting next year. That would totally make sense to start with a new year and not in the middle of the year as I did. But I couldn't wait. So I hope this was helpful in some way. I hope it provided you with some inspiration. Check out my freebies and the other printables that you can get in my shop, and just have fun. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys.
Mwah. Mwah.